In this video, I'm going to go over 6 websites that are going to help you level up your CSS by providing you helpful tools, which will also end up saving you a lot of time. And before the video starts, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, comment down below if you have any questions or if you have anything else that you'd like to say. And without further ado, let's get started. Starting off with the first website called uiverse, which claims to be the largest library of open source UI. So here we're going to have a bunch of different components that we're going to be able to copy. We have a few examples here, this nice cool little send button. Then we have this image, or I'm not really sure what this is, but we can see that it has a pretty cool animation. Then we have these keys, but let's say that you wanted to copy this searching animation. We can go ahead and press on that. Here we're going to have all the CSS, and then we're also going to have all the HTML. If you do want to export this to React, you're going to have to actually make an account, which I'm not going to do right now. But you can also do this on your own since it's not really that hard to convert HTML to React. You can also change the theme, so this is going to be dark, or you can also change the background color to be whatever you want to. So let's say you had your own theme and you want to see what it would look like on a custom background color. You can go ahead and do that. And if you really need to, you can also change the code. So if you wanted to change the background color, which I'm not really sure which one it is. Let's see, it's this one. We can see that that actually changed the back color of the animation here. So if we change this to FFFFF, it's going to be white. So there it is. You can go ahead and play around and see what configurations you like, or just copy and then do this in VS Code or wherever you're making your program. But if we actually go to all, we're going to see all the different categories and stuff that we can take a look at. So we have a few hashtags here. We can choose different CSS tools that we're using, so Tailwind or just vanilla CSS. Let's say we want to take a look at Tailwind and we wanted some sort of input. We can go ahead and do that, or let's go to form since there's going to be a bunch of inputs instead of one. And let's say that we liked a certain one here, so I'm just going to pick a random one. This one has pretty cool animations. Yeah, I think I'm just going to pick this one, so we can press on that, and then we're going to be able to see all the CSS again and the HTML, which you're able to copy. Another cool thing is that there's challenges. So I'm going to press on open, and in this case you have to make a card, and whoever does it the best obviously wins, which is also a pretty nice feature that they have. Moving on to the next website called CSSanimation. Here we're going to be able to take a look at different animations so that we can copy and paste them to our own website. This is going to be Hoo or Hoo, I'm not really sure what exactly this is, but we can take a look at a few animations. So let's go and take a look at letter shake. So this is going to be pull shake, and so there it is. Let's go to the next one and take a look at them. So we can see that they go in order, but if we actually press on random and start again, we can see that it's just kind of random. Then we can take a look at blur out maybe. So there it is, and then this is going to be random, so it's just going to be random letters. And there's a bunch of different ones that you can take a look at. So we have a few zoom outs or zoom ins, which are pretty cool. We have a few dance ones, which we can't actually set to random, but let's take a look at a few other ones. So we have rotates, we have elevate. So this is what that would look like. Then we have a few flips. And then let's take a look at the heartbeat. So this is going to be a slow heartbeat. And the fast one would just be this, but faster. Dance out top, so that's what that looks like. And then if we choose random, it's just going to be random letters. And the video cut out for some reason, but this website is going to help you find CSS text animations if you're ever going to need them. And now let's move on to the next website. Animated CSS background generator by wweb.dev. It's pretty hard to find this website, but you can go ahead and click on the link below, because wweb.dev is actually a website with other websites, resources, templates, and articles. So this website in particular is going to help you create animated CSS backgrounds. So here we can see there's some sort of circles here. We can change the count so that we have a lot more of these. Then we can change the speed of the circles. We can also change the size, make them really large or really small. So I'm going to make them a bit bigger, so something like this. And we can, of course, change the colors to whatever we want. And after we're actually done here, we can go ahead and press on the code here. It's going to show the HTML and then also the CSS. And you can, of course, use React to make this a lot simpler. And of course, like I said before, you can change the background color. So we can make this dark blue and then change the circle colors to maybe some white. Some are going to be yellow. So somewhere around here. And then maybe we actually want to remove a color, and then we only have two colors. And the 8 is actually going to be the limit for the amount of colors you can use. And then we have demo number 2, which are going to be squares. So here we can change the size, of course, and it can range between whatever you want. Then we can change the count. Also the speed, same goes in here. And then let's take a look at demo 3, which in this case, we have to wait for them to show up. It's just going to be squares that kind of rotate and then disappear. We can change the count, of course. Color, we can change the background color to be whatever we want. And the actual squares depend on the background color, as we can see over here. CSSgradient.io is going to be the next website. Here you're going to be able to choose your gradient, and we have a few different sections here. So UI gradients is going to be a section where we can, of course, get the CSS, or take a look at different other gradients. So this is more like for fun. Then we have the gradient, where here you can actually take a look at different gradients and then also change the colors if you want. So let's say we wanted this to be, and then this to be yellow. And of course, this doesn't look as good, but this is, of course, just an example. We can actually reset this. And then, of course, we can also copy the CSS right over here. Then we have Gradient Hunt, which is pretty similar. You can take a look at gradients that other people made. So this one in particular has 18 likes. Then we have Web Gradients with 180 linear gradients that you can use as content backdrops in any part of your website. There they are over here. You can actually press on them to make them larger. Of course, you can copy the CSS and also get a PNG for this. So there it is. Then we have color hue, which are going to be other gradients. And then we have gradient buttons, which are going to be buttons with gradients, of course. And we have colorful, which are also going to be different gradients. So this whole website is going to be all about gradients if you're ever going to need them. And they have a bunch of different options you can choose. CSS-Tricks is the next website. Here we're going to have a bunch of different articles about CSS and also helpful information. So if we take a look at this elastic overflow scroll, just as an example, we can press on this and it's going to be an article of how to do a certain thing. So this is going to show us what we're going to be able to create by the end of this article. If we scroll down over here, we're going to have the HTML, the CSS, some more CSS, and here we're going to have the actual results. So let's go ahead and actually test this out. And here we're going to have no snapping. Here we're going to have, I'm guessing, a little bit snapping, which I can't really see. Here we're going to have snapping and margin, and then we can see that it's going to go down. So it's a pretty cool effect that you can recreate. Back to the main website. There's going to be some other articles which are going to be popular this month. So CSS functions. And so we have the article sections here, which is one that we just clicked on. Then we have notes with tags that we can choose. Same goes for the articles. Then we have links for finding other stuff. There's guides and almanac. I'm not really sure how to pronounce that, but this is going to help you with your CSS. So let's say you wanted to take a look at before and after, and this will tell you all about it. And then in shuffle, it's going to be some sort of article or note. And lastly, Material-Tailwind is going to be a website where we can take a look at a few Tailwind components, because if you go to the main Tailwind website, so Tailwind CSS, and then we go to components, most of them are going to cost you money, so explore. And then let's say we like this pricing section, we can see that we need a membership for that. But if we go to Material-Tailwind and go to React or Next.js, let's go to Next.js. We can take a look at a few things here. So let's say we want to take a look at a gallery. This is how we could make one. Let's say we wanted some sort of form. There it is. We can copy the code, of course. And most of the stuff here is also going to be free. Let's take a look at some other stuff. So buttons. Then we have a few different button variations. We can scroll down a little bit more. Sizing, colors, loading buttons. This is going to be kind of like a better docs for Tailwind CSS. Let's take a look at one more thing. So let's just say navbar. There it is. There's an example of simple navbar with icons. Then we have a sticky navbar, which is going to stay at the top of your page. There's a lot of scroll bars here. And then there's another navbar here, and another here, and another here. And so we can see that there's going to be a bunch of different navbars here. So of course you're welcome to use this website for whenever you're using Tailwind and you don't want to pay for a membership. And of course, this is going to be the end of this video, so I really hope that you enjoyed it. And if you did, then make sure to leave a like, subscribe to this channel to not miss any upcoming videos. Comment down below if you have any questions or if you'd like to see a particular video, and hopefully see you in the next video.